Vibha Padalkar of HDFC Life will also join us. I've been told she's with us now. Vibha, good morning. Thank you for joining us. I hope everything is safe and you and your family and your employees are well protected and are taking care of themselves.
Absolutely, Nikunj, and hope the same for all of you there.
Right. Thank you very much. Vibha, how has life changed for HDFC Life in this lockdown period? Because this is the time when life insurance schemes are sold the most. This is the time the groundwork and the field work is the maximum. This is the time when the collections are perhaps the highest. So has the lockdown come at your peak season?
So it's in two parts, Nikunj. One is the here and now. Yes, in terms of new business, that has gone slower because largely, as you said, in March it is an in-person interaction. But in terms of servicing, we are able to now fully work from home and offer the entire gamut of servicing. So at HDFC Life, we like to see the positive aspects of it, which is we've been a digital insurer and been working as a digital insurer. As a result of which, now is the time for us to really test out, and we're rolling out in its entirety. So how we operate post-COVID is what now we are focused on, and it might be a paradigm shift in the way we do business.
Okay. You have a very large, in terms of a relative basis, not the largest, but you have an ULIP product. We know that what's happened to stock markets, the ULIP returns must have got crushed. So in terms of psychology of the consumer, do you think now going forward there could be more resistance towards the ULIP product?
So you're right. For us, because of a balanced product mix, at least for the last 9-10 years, ULIP has always been a lesser part of our offering, sub 25% this year. But yes, at least into the foreseeable future, people again, will start looking at their returns and the markets and not fully understand that this is a 10-15 year product, and unfortunately start surrendering. They should not do it, but exactly like they say mutual funds, that is the kind of behavior that one can anticipate. However, we've been here before in September 2008-9 after the global meltdown. A similar kind of pattern was seen, and after that people again started buying ULIP. So this is, I think, a short-term. When I say short-term, in terms of people do move on, and again, Indians like a play in the equity markets, and that will revive to some extent.
Okay, I'm going to talk about not something which can be substantiated numerically, but something which could be an indication of sentiment. Because of the current crisis, all of us are now emphasizing on safety, hygiene, compassion and care. Now this is an environment typically you would say that fear is back, and fear coming back is never great news, but fear recognition is something which is good for the insurance industry. I'm not trying to find the bright spots here, but I'm trying to address the psychology here. Do you think that now the importance of a insurance life and health product, given that we've been through a huge psychological phase of fear and which continue to persist, could change the way how dynamics would move in future?
Absolutely, and that is really what keeps us busy today, apart from ensuring all claims are paid and maturity proceeds are paid. What we're really working on is this inflection point that as an industry we've always been talking about, as to when will we become a protection-focused economy, and similar journey that China has done, for example. For us at HDFC Life, we completely believe that this is that moment when that inflection point and very deep-rooted messages into our collective psychology, and especially younger population that is today 35, 37 years old, who will remember this for their lifetimes and will put things into context that getting a 1 crore of cover doesn't really cost more than maybe one outing a weekend. So yes, this we do believe is that inflection point.
But Vibha, for instance, LIC has relaxed the payment of premium because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Will you also be deferring the premium payments for your customers?
Actually, this is a regulatory relaxation, and so all companies will be given 1 more month for people to pay their premiums. However, I do urge people that they pay premiums on time, because if we defer it, even when we have the funds, then one might forget to renew it, and that's the last thing you want to do. So yes, those in financial hardships have been given 1 more month.
Also wanted to understand, now with the RBI cutting rates and cutting rates that drastically, Vibha, how does life change for you and the business?
So for us, as long as insurance products, the non-par interest rate guaranteed savings products are in line with whatever else is available and other competing asset classes that are in the nature of a fixed income offering, there should be a pull of the market like there has been. And that's exactly what we would strive to do to remain competitive. And the second point is in terms of our hedging strategy, we are fully hedged, so both in terms of ALM as well as cash flow hedge is something that we have been talking both to all of you as well as to investors, and also put out sensitivity which shows that next to no sensitivity, negative sensitivity as a result of full hedging that we have on our interest rate guaranteed portfolio. So not really expecting a huge negative as long as it's a calibrated approach and we're able to invest in securities, long-dated paper that is available, and also sensibly reprice our new policies that we write based on the prevalent interest rate scenario.
Just an extension of that, because reinsurers, as we understand and as per our channel checks, are looking to hike the rates. Do you believe that at a time like this, when the entire economy is in a slump and God knows for how long, a hike in term plan rates could mean much lower growth rates for the industry? So,
this was coming because India had one of the lowest protection rates, and this was not sustainable if you were to roll this out from an India to a Bharat and into segments of people that perhaps could have slightly less robust rates of longevity. And so repricing is something, again, we were talking about as a company was inevitable. To what extent different companies get impacted, we will have to wait and see, because our philosophy has always been to say no to business that we don't understand or where we are unable to price the risk to our satisfaction. So yes, there will be some fallout out of this. For companies perhaps that have been very, very aggressive on protection and top-line focused on protection, because protection will grow brick by brick in a very careful, calibrated manner. And what reinsurers are doing right now, maybe the timing is somewhat unfortunate. I do agree, and some kind of a moratorium would really help the sector. But I think an average Indian now, at least in the metros, has started understanding the need for pure protection. And even if the rates are a bit higher, I think in the background of what has just happened and what we just talked about, I think the demand will still be fairly robust.
Right. Vibha, apart from, COVID-19 and increasing the reinsurance rates as well as moderating NBFC disbursements, all of that could weigh on the projection of growth. So how are you ensuring, growth in the protection segment?
So one is that we are able to continue engaging with people at various opportunities and various touch points, not necessarily in person, like we have been doing. So, for example, in our bank assurance channels, even if we were to increase from the last year in FY19, our protection share was slightly over 2%. Even if we were to double that, which is what we are trending today, even that will start resulting in a meaningful expansion and growth in protection. Second point is for us to be able to react to the kind of innovation that the market is looking for. So, for example, riders along with protection, for example, a joint life, for example, to have various options of how they want their nominees to get their money in an eventuality. We would love to, and we are looking to get health insurance back as well, health indemnity, and I'm part of that committee along with LIC chairman. And there too, product innovation is the reason why we are seeking to get health indemnity back, so that we can go back to the customer to give a variety of end-to-end coverage, which today he does not have.
All right. Thanks so much for taking time out and joining in and giving us a glimpse as to what exactly has been the overall impact in terms of your sector, as well as what the outlook is for those premium payments and the fate of ULIPs.